welcome back to Good Friends, Better Rivals. I'm Adelia. I'm solo today, apparently. Ferris might be joining us later, a little unsure at the moment, but Australian Open's underway, and we love to see it. It's always better when the tennis season is going on, but I am an advocate for a longer off season for these players. They just don't have the time to heal from injuries or get a proper rest and things like that, and so it is a little interesting to see some of the players talking about how they don't think the off season's long enough, and I agree with them on that. But we have the first round of the Australian Open is complete, um, and it was a good one. It was a good first round. There was a lot of good stuff going on in the first round. Going to throw the Streamlabs link up on the screen here if you're interested in helping support the channel a little bit. Everything we get goes right back into the channel, so appreciate all the support. So yeah, let's talk about some news coming out of the Australian Open. Gael Monfils has played his last match in Melbourne. He lost to 24-year-old Aussie Dane Sweeney last night. Sweeney's first ever win at a Grand Slam, and Sweeney's a great story. I mean, some of the stuff we were hearing about Sweeney last night, how he struggled for funding and things like that. So good to see Sweeney pull out the win here. But it was Monfils' last ever match at the Australian Open. He did talk about how he was going to retire after this season. Back in October, he announced that. And they gave him a little presentation on court after the thing. I want to say, hey, Shug, what's up? Thanks for joining us. Um, they gave Monfils a presentation on court after his match yesterday, mentioned that this was his 20th Australian Open, that he's one of 6 men ever to play 20 Australian Opens in the Open era, which is crazy to think about. But yeah, so Gael Monfils played his last match in Melbourne. This year, we have a few players going on their last seasons on tour, one of which is Stan Wawrinka. He won his first round match over Laszlo Giri. His first match win at the Australian Open in 5 years. So good to see Stan doing well. He also became the first player 40 or over, aged 40 or over, to win a men's singles match at a major since Ivo Karlovic, Dr. Evo, in 2020. So Stan off to a good start in his final season. He just looked like he was enjoying everything when he was on court. So that's good. And on the women's side of things, Sorana Cristea has announced that this is going to be her final season on tour. She kept her Australian Open career going with a 3-set win over Eva Lees, the young German who was a bit of a sensation at the Australian Open last year, making the 4th round. So good start for them. And then we have somebody who's possibly leaving the tournament even if he doesn't lose, which is not something you usually say. But Casper Ruud, the 12th seed overall, his wife Maria is expecting their first child back in Norway or wherever it is they live. And so he said that she's expecting the child any day now. And if he gets a phone call saying she's gone into labor, he's gone. He's going home. So kudos to him for that. He said, quote, if she goes into labor, I probably won't be here the next day, but that's the way it goes. There's more to life than just tennis. I'm just going to be here for as long as I can and as long as Maria lets me. That is, I think, a very healthy attitude to have about tennis. There's more to life than just this, and good for him and for Maria, and congratulations. Their first child, a daughter, about to be born. Also, we have an award already. One of the things we do here on the network, the ladies of LGRN do a What on Earth Are They Wearing? It's a show where we talk about the things that celebrities wear to award shows. We had a What on Earth Are They Wearing situation with Naomi Osaka yesterday. She walked out onto court for her first round match with this. It's a hat with a long train off of it. She has a parasol. She looks incredible. Um, it's inspired by a jellyfish, apparently. Her daughter saw a jellyfish photo and really liked it, and Naomi was like, "Okay, let's see if we can incorporate this in." She also incorporates into incorporates it into her outfit on court. She had this warm-up jacket, which was really cool, and then the tie-dyed looking kit from Nike. Just really, really cool stuff from which one? This one, yeah. Really cool stuff from Naomi. She is always interesting on the court and what she wears and how she expresses herself, and that was really cool. All right, back to this. We were going to go over me and Ferris when Ferris was going to be here. Some results from the first round. We'll start with this one. Janice Chen. She is a 23-year-old Indonesian. She became the first person from her country to win an Australian Open main draw match in 28 years when she beat Leylah Fernandez in round one. The last Indonesian to win a match at the Australian Open was Yayuk Basuki in 1998. You may recognize Janice Chen's name. She is a former Pepperdine University student who reached the second round of the US Open last year as a qualifier. At that time, she was the first Indonesian to make it that far in a major since Angelique Widjaya in 2004. She was outside the top 400 at this time last year, but she's reached closing in on a top 50 debut now. She made 2 WTA finals last fall. She won a tournament in Chennai. So, congrats to her. She's making history every time she takes the court, it seems like. And she'll play a former world number one Karolina Pliskova in round two. So that's a match I'm going to keep an eye on. We had Ferris and I in our preview show had highlighted 6 matches that we were looking forward to, 3 men's, 3 women's. I'm going to go through how those matches went now because some of them were good and some of them not as good, and one of them didn't even take place because somebody pulled out of the tournament. So Ferris picked Belinda Bencic versus Katie Bolter, and this was not looking like a good pick through the first set. Belinda Bencic won the first set 6-love. Katie just looked all out of sorts. But tougher second set, and Bencic does win in straight sets 6-love, 6-5. Bencic had 1 ace, 2 double faults, 63% of first serves in, 78% of those points she won, 58% second serves in. Bolter had a struggle on serving, especially on her second serve. Only 33% of her second serve points, second serves went in. She had 16 winners to 24 unforced errors, while Bencic had 11 winners to 13 unforced errors. Bencic won 5 of 11 break points. Bolter could only win 1 of her 3 break points. So just a struggle for Katie Bolter in this match. I'm glad that she was able to make the second set competitive, though. I do like Katie Bolter a lot. She has been struggling the last few months, though. So will be interesting to see how she turns it around this year. Belinda Bencic moving on now will play Czech qualifier Nikola Bartunkova in the next round, who upset Daria Kasatkina. Kasatkina playing her first Australian Open under the Australian flag. Couldn't get past this Czech qualifier. 3 sets in round 1. So Bartunkova will play Bencic next round. That should be an interesting match. I've never seen Bartunkova play before, so we'll see. Second match Ferris had highlighted was Ben Shelton versus Ugo Humbert. This was a really good match. This was quite a good match. Shelton won 6-3, 7-6, 7-6. 15 aces, 2 double faults for Ben Shelton. 5 aces, 6 double faults for Ugo Humbert. Shelton's serving stats: 70% of first serves in, 78% of those points he won, 65% second serves in. That's a good serving day for Ben Shelton. Humbert had a little less of a serving day: 60% of first serves in. He won 73% of those points, 49% of second serves in. The thing that really won this for Shelton, though, is the winners and unforced errors. Shelton 43 winners, 26 unforced errors. Humbert had 25 winners to 32 unforced errors. Shelton won 3 of 10 break points. Humbert won 2 of 3 break points. Just a really good performance overall, I thought, from both players. Humbert's been playing really, really well recently. So is Shelton. So it was just a good match. I really enjoyed this match a lot. Shelton will now play Dane Sweeney in round 2. Sweeney, of course, we just talked about, had defeated Gael Monfils. And then the third match that Ferris had highlighted was Felix Auger Aliassime versus Nuna Borges. And this one was Not trending well for Felix before he retired from the match. Borges won by retirement after set three with a score of 3-6, 6-4, 6-4. Felix said he had severe cramping in his left leg and that the pain was debilitating in the third set, and he made a tough decision instead of playing out the match. He had been suffering with an illness throughout the United Cup, so I don't know if that affected his conditioning enough to cause him to cramp in the third set of a match. You wouldn't think that is something that Felix normally deals with, and he said as much. So he wasn't quite sure what was going on, but he just decided to retire from the match when he knew that he wouldn't be able to compete, to the level that he wanted to compete at. Borges had six aces, one double fault. Felix had eight aces, one double fault. Um, but the serving stats really don't matter. The winners, Borges had 19 to 27 unforced errors. Felix had 26 winners to 37 unforced errors. Borges 3 of 6 on break points. Felix 3 of 5 on break points. But once Felix started cramping, it really was just basically the end of the match. So Borges will now play Jordan Thompson in the second round. Thompson beat Juan Manuel Cerundolo in 4 sets in round one. And so those were Ferris's picks for highlighted first round matches back on our preview show. My picks for highlighted first round matches, my first one was Matteo Berrettini versus Alex de Minaur, but that match didn't happen. Berrettini had to withdraw from the tournament before it started. He was replaced by lucky loser Mackie McDonald, and de Minaur ended up winning 6-2, 6-2, 6-3. Pretty straightforward match. De Minaur 9 aces, 4 double faults. He only got 52% of his first serves in, but he won 85% of those points. Mackie McDonald 7 aces, 2 double faults, 60% of first serves in, won 58% of those points. De Minaur 32 winners, 24 unforced errors. Mackie had 15 winners to 42 unforced errors. Really, the story of the match there. De Minaur 6 of 11 on break points. McDonald could not convert his one break point. Alex de Minaur will now play Hamad Majejovic in the second round. I think I said that last name right. My apologies if I didn't. He defeated Mario Navone in the first round in 4 sets. So de Minaur with a pretty good draw so far. The match that I was most looking forward to in the first round was Donna Vekic versus Mira Andreeva. And the first 2 sets of this really, really lived up to that. The third set, not so much. Andreeva won 4-6, 6-3, 6-love. 1 ace, 3 double faults for Mira. 3 aces, 4 double faults for Donna. Mira got 65% of first serves in, won 80% of those points. Second serves in, 52% for Mira. Donna, 56% of first serves in, won 57% of those first serve points, and then 46% of her second serves in. Again, this is a case of unforced errors being like the tail of the match. Mira had 28 winners and 22 unforced errors. Donna had 22 winners and 42 unforced errors. A lot of those coming in the third set when Mira just took over, basically. Donna was 2 for 3 on break points. Mira was 5 for 11. Mira now going to play Maria Sakkari in the second round. Sakkari beat Leolia Jean in straight sets. So I'm really looking forward to that match between Mira and Maria Sakkari. I think that could be a really good one. Pardon me. Sophia Kenin and Peyton Stearns was my last match that I highlighted in round one. Peyton Stearns won 6-3, 6-2. Pretty straightforward for Peyton. She had a great serving day as far as like aces. She had 15 aces to 1 double fault. She only got 53% of her first serves in, but she won 86% of those first serve points. And 60% of her second serves went in. Kenin's serving stats were 1 ace, 4 double faults, 53% first serves in, 65% of those points won, and 43% of second serves in. Stearns had 33 winners to 14 unforced errors, while Kenin could only manage 9 winners and 19 unforced errors. Really strange to me to see Sophia Kenin with a winner count under 10. Like that's kind of her game. So Stearns was 3 for 7 on break points, while Kenin could not convert the one break point that she had. Peyton Stearns will now play Petra Marcinko. I don't know how to say her last name exactly. In the second round, she beat Tatiana Maria in straight sets in round one. So that'll be interesting to look at. Other scores from the first round, with the seeded players, we had some upsets. Nuno Borges beat Felix with the retirement. We talked about that already. Arthur Gia, I don't know exactly how to say his name, defeated Yuri Lehechka, which was pretty surprising to me. I really thought Lehechka had a decent first round draw there. Uh, he lost in straight sets, actually 7-5, 7-6, 7-5. So that was a pretty close match. Arthur Ferry beat Fabio Caboli 7-6, 6-4, 6-1. Ethan Quinn beat Talon Greekspor 6-2, 6-3, 6-2. Fabian Marjan beat Arthur Rindernesh 6-3, 6-4, 6-7, 6-4. Botic van de Zandschulp beat Brandon Nakashima. Elliot Spizzirri beat João Fonseca, who we talked about on the preview show as being one to watch. Fonseca not doing that great there against Spizzirri 6-4, 2-6, 6-1, 6-2. Interesting to see Fonseca's sort of like second year on tour as a pro and how he's going to be. I think it'll be pretty good, but he didn't get off to a great start here in Australia. Carlos Alcaraz, number one seed, top in the world, of course, going for the career slam here. Just beat Adam Walton in the first round 6-3, 7-6, 6-2. Comment here from Brennan. Hi, Brennan. Thank you for joining us. Yannick Sinner only had to play 2 sets. He was up 6-2, 6-1 when his opponent Hugo Gascon retired from the match. Alexander Zverev beat Gabriel Diallo, losing the first set tiebreak and then coming back and winning the next 3 sets pretty comfortably. Djokovic first match against Pedro Martinez pretty comfortably in straight sets. Taylor Fritz struggled a little bit against Valentin Royer, but won in 4. Casper Ruud, like we mentioned Casper Ruud earlier, he did win his first round match against Mattia Bellucci in straight sets. Medvedev won, Rublev won, Hashanov won. Pretty good day for the Americans. Pretty good first round for the Americans. You had Tiafoe win, Spizzirri, Lerner Tien, Tommy Paul, Taylor Fritz, Ben Shelton. So pretty good first round for the Americans. But yeah, that's basically the men's first round. Not a ton of stuff that really stood out to me from some of these matches. There were some 5-setters in there that I didn't think needed to be 5-setters, but good to see a lot of competitive tennis being played. And then in the women's draw, Arina Sabalenka beat Sarah Rakaramanga. Thank you to her for letting us call her Sarah because her name is a little difficult to pronounce. Iga Swiatek struggled a little bit in the first set against Yue Yuan, but ended up winning in straight sets. Coco Gauff won in straight sets. Amanda Anisimova won in straight sets. There's a lot of straight sets wins in the women's first round. Rybakina with straight sets. Pegula with straight sets. Paolini with straight sets. Let's talk about Madison Keys for a minute. She played her first round match against Alexandra Olyanikova, and was down 4-love double break in the first set, got it back to 4-4. Then was down 6-5, got it back to into a tie break, and then was down in the tie break and came back and won the tie break and then won the second set pretty comfortably. Just a bit of a roller coaster that first set, but really good from Madison to dig deep and to battle against an opponent that I'd never seen before. Apparently, it was her first tour level main draw match ever. So, congratulations to Alexandra. She had a very interesting look about her. She had like drawn flowers on her cheeks, and she just had a great attitude on court. I thought she really looked like she was having a good time, even though she did end up losing the match. And so, congratulations to her. Ukrainian player, still lives and trains in Kiev. So, like it. I can only imagine how difficult everything is for her, but she has spoken out about that quite a bit at this tournament, and you should go check out what she has to say about it because it's really interesting. Zeynep Sonmez, the Turkish player, defeated Ekaterina Alexandrova in 3 sets. Magdalene beat Emma Navarro in 3 sets. I didn't see that one coming. I thought Emma would win that match. Laura Siegemund beat Ludmila Samsonova. Again, another one that I didn't see coming, especially after that 6-love first set for Samsonova. Elsa Giacomo beat Marta Kostyuk in 3 tiebreaks. I didn't see that coming either. Marta Kostyuk, of course, just reached the finals in Brisbane. Was in a bit of a roll so far this tournament, and then came up against Elsa, who played the match of her life. I've never seen Elsa Giacomo play that well, and Elsa's moving on to the next round. We talked about Janice Chen beating Leylah Fernandez. Couple other upsets of seeds. Maya Joint, the 30th seed, the young Australian, lost to Teresa Valentova in straight sets. That has to be disappointing for her. But there were some other teenagers doing really well. Eva Jovic, the young American, beat Katie Volynets in straight sets. She can hit the ball. Like, she pummels the ball. So Ferris had never seen her play before, and mentioned to me that she was hitting the ball really, really hard. And I was like, yep, that's her game. Paula Badosa won. Yelena Ostapenko is moving on. Diana Schneider beat a very hobbled Barbara Krejcikova in 3 sets. Lots of good stuff going on. Naomi Osaka, of course, we talked about her on-court outfit there. She also won in the first round against Antonia Rusick, but it took her 3 sets to do it. Really inspired play from Antonia Rusick in that match. So yeah, that's gonna do it for our first round recap. This would normally have been a little bit longer, but Ferris unable to be here today. We will be back at the end of round 2, so I think that is Thursday here in the States at noon Pacific. The stream will be up on the channel, and we'll tweet about it, post about it on our social media. So be on the lookout for that. Hopefully, Ferris will be able to join me for that one. I want to say thank you to Shug and Brennan for being in the chat. Thank you to everyone who watched. This was my first show I ever did all by myself on the channel. So thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next time. Bye.